push the reset button. Am I stuttering? You hear me muttering? It's your bread I'm buttering? Give me a chance to do what I do. You know it's true, made a mistake or two. But I'm coming back for you like seconds. Poorly timed hotel check-ins. Destiny beckons. I'm asking what you reckon. Everything's alright in the end, my friend. Don't pretend that it is every day though. Take a break, come back where you started. The seas have parted. This territory is uncharted waters. Jang Seng is calling, straight up bawling. Missing you, I'm bawling. Am I undead? Or dead like Sanker at the pit like rancor? Weigh me down like an ankle.
So alone, I never know what to do with these feelings that are my own. I never quite felt at home, I never quite felt so alone. I never know what to do with these feelings that are my own. Waking up in a country that never quite feels like home. Macaulay Culkin is home alone, I know how it goes when other guys feel the need to roam. Feelings of abandonment fill my head, the dread of falling shy of the line I needed. Just a little more time to shine, to feel fine in my own skin, in my own head to try to win. We'll see, I guess it's too much stress, keep blessed, it's breaking me. So wash down these prescription pills with dusty tap water. Bear with me and I'll try again. I never quite felt at home, I never quite felt so alone. I never know what to do with these feelings that are my own. I never quite felt at home, I never quite felt so alone. I never know what to do with these feelings that are my own. Working out where I come from, it's been an arduous trip. I tripped and fell, I've come under your spell. You help me out, help me be me, whatever that means, a lifelong journey. Self-awareness is a struggle when I have no identity. Do you see what I see? I'm the man in the mirror from Bad 1987, that's me. Listening to MJ tapes through broken headphones at 3, but I'm my own. Trying to dance in my parents' living room, is it too soon? Or shall I try again? I never quite felt at home, I never quite felt so alone. I never know what to do with these feelings that are my own. I never quite felt at home, I never quite felt so alone. I never know what to do with these feelings that are my own. I never quite felt at home, I never quite felt so alone. I never know what to do with these feelings that are my own. I never quite felt at home, I never quite felt so alone. I never know what to do with these feelings that are my own.
Young and beautiful. If I could go back to when I was 18, I didn't know anything about anything, I'd give myself a bit of advice. I would say, take better care of your teeth and fuck a lot more.
Typical story when the bassist kills the singer, the guitarist and the drummer find they're in love with each other. It's the story of the kid who clearly won't know what to say when the love of his life starts to calmly walk away. And it's the story of the dad who decides to chase his dream. He quits his job, he falls apart and he loses everything. And it's the story of the kid who just wants to make a record, loves and crafts it, but nobody ever cares about it. Well, hey, what's your name? Talking for those guys you hate. We should sit in silence while we think of what to say. Hey, I don't think this is working out. Will you forget I even asked you to come over to my house? Hey, I don't think I know much, but I know I couldn't take a good punch. So if you feel like I've been talking enough, just tell me to shut up and I will gladly shut the fuck up. I'm afraid of everything, staying the same or worsening. So what's the point of finding calm? Calm to me is unsettling. Settle down, little kid, your bones are shaking in your skin. Go and try and take a breath, nothing more, nothing less. Typical story of the king who had it all, except for citizens who don't want his head up on the wall. It's the typical story of the wife who couldn't quit being in love with such a giant piece of shit. It's the story of the queen who would never even think or any redeeming qualities a man could ever bring. It's the story of a dog who wanted to run away till he learned that his life was way safer inside a cage. I don't really need
much, just a place to be alone and you won't really see much. I think that I'm invisible, my mirror shows another guy. A guy doesn't do shit, he just sits in his miserable.
Everybody's gotta live a life that they didn't even ask for. Why would you put me here just to die? Just to die. Hey, what's your name? Talk is for those guys you hate. We should sit in silence while we think of what to say. Hey, I don't think this is working out. Will you forget I even asked you to come over to my house? Hey, I don't think I know much, but I know I couldn't take a good punch. So if you feel like I've been talking enough, just tell me to shut up and I will gladly shut the fuck up. Everybody's gotta live a life that they didn't even ask for. Why would you put me here just to die? Just to die. Hey, what's your name? Talk is for those guys you hate. We should sit in silence while you think of what to say. Hey, I don't think this is working out. Will you forget I even asked you to come over to my house? And hey, I don't think I know much, but I know I couldn't take a good punch. So if you feel like I've been talking enough, just tell me to shut up and I will gladly shut the fuck up. But you're headless, like the statues from my childhood, on display in a museum for the whole world to see. You're beautiful, but you're headless, like the statues from my childhood, on display in a museum for the whole world to see. For the whole world to see. We're all made up of ones and zeros, categorized as villains or heroes. A thick line drawn down the center, a sinner or repenter. Guilty or not so much, a tough jury or a soft touch, divided along binary lines, getting away with it or getting fined. Grab a mug and pick your poison, tea or coffee, whatever is chosen. Double or nothing, spin the wheel, gamble it all, make the deal. You're beautiful, but you're headless, like the statues from my childhood, on display in a museum for the whole world to see. You're beautiful, but you're headless, like the statues from my childhood, on display in a museum for the whole world to see. The exception that proves the rule. Government informer, formerly a mule. Number 9, starting striker, substituted after only 45. Daytime food delivery biker, nighttime driver, Modern day Godiva, jumping lights, starting fights, and returning home to be an amazing father. The pet cat sits alongside the dog, watching the fireplace burning logs. Travis Bickle studies himself in the mirror as the world continues to turn. You're beautiful, but you're headless, like the statues from my childhood, on display in a museum for the whole world to see. You're beautiful, but you're headless, like the statues from my childhood.
It hasn't been a long time, but it feels like ages past, when high tops closed to Velcro and summer went so fast. Now you do your boss's bidding and drink away your stress. Instead of blowing through your mortgage, you'd rather blow dust from NES. Remember when space was the coolest, before it all went wrong? A poster hangs in there while you watch Double Dare, back when MTV played songs. When space was the coolest, before you lived from chair to chair. Foods with a prize, ice cream with gum for eyes. X-Files made you so scared. Hanging out with Cooper, using whisks for warp zones, feeding crisps to hungry hippos, your first bonus Sharon Stone. Liquor made of parcels, Pokemon Turtle 151. You're no longer friends with Billy, you beat in a super soldier gun. Remember when space was the coolest, when you were sick of all of it. Mirrors and Candyman, Jason was Batman, Transformers didn't look like shit. When space was the coolest, before you were scared to disagree. Ghostbusters pajamas, baby's not the mama. One Direction was 98 degrees. Why do I live like I'm being chased? What happened to the dreams of outer space? If one thing is for certain, it's that we haven't died yet. We may not be a child, doesn't mean you must forget. Mega Man wait for us in the year 2000X. You'll go and save the princess after balancing these checks. Trapped as I look up and I see that the roof is on fire, and I wonder to myself when I'll end up in a funeral pyre. I look down and what was once the floor is now a hole and I'm consumed. Nothing of me remains. I'm trapped. Nothing of me remains. I'm trapped. Windows no longer exist, the doors are closed. Wrapped up in the cooler. Sealed inside. Sealed inside.
boys and girls wanna hear a true story. Saturday night was at this real wild party. They had liquor overflowing the cup, about 5 or 6 strippers trying to work for a buck. And I took one girl outside with me, her name was Lonnie. She went to junior high with me. I said, why you up in there dancing for cash? I guess a whole lot's changed since I seen you last. She said, what would you do if your son was at home, crying all alone on the bedroom floor? Cause he's hungry, and the only way to feed him is to sleep with a man for a little bit of money. And his daddy's gone. Someone's smoking rock now, in and out of lockdown. I ain't got a job now. So for you, this is just a good time, but for me, this is what I call life. Girl, you ain't the only one with a baby. That's no excuse to be living all crazy. Then she looked me right square in the eye and said, every day I wake up breaking a die. She said, I think I know about pain, cause me and my sister ran away so my daddy couldn't rape us. Before I was a teenager, I'd done so much that you can't even relate to. What would you do if your son was at home, crying all alone on the bedroom floor? Cause he's hungry, and the only way to feed him is to sleep with a man for a little bit of money. And his daddy's gone. Someone's smoking rock now, in and out of lockdown. I ain't got a job now. So for you, this is just a good time, but for me, this is what I call life. Hold up, what would you do? Get up on my feet and let go of every excuse. What would you do? Cause I wouldn't want my baby to go through what I went through. What would you do? Get up on my feet and stop making tired excuses. What would you do? Cause I know if my mother can do it, baby you can do it. What would you do if your son was at home, crying all alone on the bedroom floor? Cause he's hungry, and the only way to feed him is to sleep with a man for a little bit of money. And his daddy's gone. Someone's smoking rock now, in and out of lockdown. I ain't got a job now. So for you, this is just a good time, but for me, this is what I call life. What would you do if your son was at home, crying all alone on the bedroom floor? Cause he's hungry, and the only way to feed him is to sleep with a man for a little bit of money. And his daddy's gone. Someone's smoking rock now, in and out of lockdown. I ain't got a job now. So for you, this is just a good time, but for me, this is what I call life.
Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Trust me. Do you like it? Yeah? Looks better, I think. That wallpaper had to go because it was evil, it was giving me headaches. I think it's more like a home.
I'm always surrounded by people, but I'm always alone. I feel like I haven't been out in weeks, yet I can't remember what it is to sleep. I should be doing something, but I'm not. My brain is shut, I don't feel too hot. I find myself yabbing on with no control. A head like a cabbage with a brain full of mold. I can't stop the rush, words escape my tongue, expectations crushed. I don't know what they are, to me they're so far. I'm a ghost of myself, having a dance with Christmas past. We're having a blast. A shotgun shell, a bird is felled. I come crashing back down to earth, but I can't tell if mine will meld with 4 hours of sleep and a large bitter coffee. No decaf, I'll never understand while I chug on 1, 2. What's a boy to do? I use that term loosely, but man, never quite fit me like I should accomplish more and know what's in store. But do we even know, or do we turn to ghosts and piles of ashes, strawberry gashes and false starts, false adults, broken hearts? Late nights, but too early mornings stop me. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. I'm coming home.
Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort. Cut my life into pieces. This my last resort.
I hadn't comprehended your desperation. Contemplation leads to realization. Maybe you didn't need those framed photos, although there's pictures of hype will go well with these lows. And so, Dreamland welcomes you, don't protest, especially as the trains until further notice. This will take between 12 and 16 months. It's not fun, which is ironic as they call this dumb, man. Amusement arcade, but it's us that get played. To the system we're slaves. Get me out of this place.
Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort. Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort.
I made mistakes, it's how I ended up here too. But I'll do what I can to save you and your boy, it's true. I'll teach you things you may never have seen. Chicken tikka masala, now you're the curry queen. Those men might not be pimps, but they're damn near close. Stick a camera in your face whilst you take off your clothes. They know you've no other options, that's why you even listen. The better life for you and your son is your only mission. Tried it once and you left, as you cry from the stress. To the system with slaves, I'll get you out of this place.
Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort. Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort.
Forget any cost, cause now we're breaking free. If you forget all your fears, and just trust me, you'll be itching on the motorway to get back home. Just one last flight from London, and then all you'll know from this place will be a pile of memories, mostly rotten, I'm sure, but I hope some good ones of me. You see, I know that I'll never forget you. You made Stonehaven less stony for a while, it's true. The painting hangs on my wall. I just wish that I had the wherewithal to know. To the system with slaves, but I got you out of this place.
So I guess this is where I tell you what I learned. My conclusion, right? Well, my conclusion is, hate is baggage. Life's too short to be pissed off all the time. It's just not worth it. Derek says it's always good to end a paper with a quote. He says someone else has already said it best, so if you can't top it, steal from them and go out strong. So I picked a guy I thought you'd like.
There once was a song called Arrest the President. Contemporary music, a hit with the kids, it was a top 10. I wasn't pop then, but I missed the bus a bit. But politics, it was on everybody's hot this summer list. The cool kids were all rocking votes, I shit you not. I was pistol whipping cops for hip-hop.
Yeah, on my soapbox, yelling into megaphones, killing hard rocks, using carcasses as stepping stones. I had to promise that I'd stop holding my marches the day that Chris Columbus got crucified in golden arches. My pedestal was too tall to climb on. In fact, that's the reason for the high horse. From up here, I've seen Marines and Hummers on a conquest, underdogs and wonder bras in a push-up contest, all for the sake of military recruitment. It felt like Kent State the way they targeted the students. I galloped off, whistling Ohio. The rest of them stopped doing stand-up at a cricket convention. What would they die for?
Die for, die for, die
Is it
for.
the same machine that leaves the quality of life poor? An abominable colony of cyborgs, clogging up the property that I bought with eyesores. Clever ad campaign ain't worth the time taken from minimum wage labor. I don't care how half naked or fake she looks. She smells like dirty cash and aged paper books. What would she die for? Slow down, Gandhi, you're killing them. Slow down, Gandhi, you're killing them. Now it's whistleblower versus the pistol holder. Case dismissed, they lock you up and throw away the key witness. Justice is the whim of a judge. Check his chest density, it leaves much room for error, and the rest left to destiny. The West Memphis 3 lost paradise. It's death penalty versus suicidal tendencies. All I wanted was a fucking Pepsi. Institution, making you think you're crazy is $1 billion industry. If they could sell sanity in a bottle, they'd be charging for compressed air and marketing healthcare. They demonize welfare. Middle class eliminated, rich get richer till the poor get educated. But some of y'all slap and grown into your face, and your face doesn't quite match your head. They're waiting for a brain to fill the dead space that's left. You're all give me ethnicity or give me dreads. Trust to fund the rebel without a cause for alarm. Cause when push comes to shove, you jump into your forefather's arms. He's a banker, you're part of the system. Off goes the dreadlocks, in comes the briefcase. The sickness, when the camera starts rolling, stay the fuck out of the picture pill briefcase. The sickness, cause when the camera starts rolling, slow down, Gandhi, you're killing them. Mr. Save the world, spare us the details. Save the females from losing interest. And Miss Save the universe, you're a damsel in distress. Tied down to a track of isolated incidents. Generalize my disease, I need a taste of what it's like. Living off the fat of kings, I'll play the scab at your hunger strike. Slow down, Gandhi, you're killing them. One love, one life, one too many victims. Republican, Democrat, one party system. Media goes in a frenzy. They're stripped of their credentials. Presidential candidates can't debate over this instrumental. Let them freestyle, winner takes all. When the music's dead, I'll have Nugent's head hanging on my wall. Kill one of ours, we'll kill one of yours. With some friendly fire, that's a funny term, like Civil War. 6 in the morning, police on my crib. Now my nights consist of 2 toothpicks and eyelids, a crucifix and vitamins. Music that is pirated, new flavored food made of mutated hybrids. They tell you that it's not that bad. It fucks you up good, but it's not that bad. They hold on to these tales till it's the dog that wags. God save us all if he lets the cat out of the bag. Who's the one to blame for the strain in my vocal cords? Who can pen a hateful threat but can't hold a sword? It's the same who complains about the global war but can't overthrow the local joker that they voted for. They call the shots but they're not in the line of fire. I call the cops but they're breaking the line of duty. Let's call a stop to the abuse of authority. The truth keeps calling me and I'ma live to tell the story. So look for truth, quit seeking forgiveness. You need to cut the noose but you don't believe in scissors. You support the troops but wearing yellow ribbons. Just bring home my motherfucking brothers and sisters. Cause they don't call the shots but they're in the line of fire. I'd like to call the cops but they break in the line of duty. It's time to call a stop to the abuse of authority. The truth keeps calling me and I'ma live to tell the story.
If at all through my journey, any of my personal choices or decisions related to my life made you feel disappointed or let down, I understand.